Today's the day you're gonna throw it back to you.
By now, you should have realized that they probably CGI'd the fish too. They can't afford any pet.
No, I think it was a real fish in a big bowl of water.
The fish caused a fire. Welcome, horrible people, to the Horrible Opinions podcast, and I'm your bad CGI cat host, Kenny.
Oh man,
Damn it.
I'm I was gonna do something about the cat too.
Did you see how it just slid across the floor?
I just want someone to look at the cat and say, "What the fuck's wrong with your cat, Daniel?"
I just hope that when I eventually lose my mind and go to work drunk all the time, everyone will focus on the CGI cat and not care about me, Ryan.
At least the bat looked good.
Hey,
The bat.
what the fuck's wrong with your cat's face?
Why does it not touch the ground? Why does it not exist in any reality?
Why does this hospital sometimes seem like it's only one story, but then sometimes they imply there's 14 floors?
That bothered me at first, but then they showed the big building, so I'm fine with it.
What are we?
They just showed another big building. I don't think they were in that building.
No, they were.
Oh,
what are we talking
we're
about?
in hell. Specifically, A Lift to Hell, 2013, original title, Dian Ti Ying Hun.
Nailed it.
I knew I would. The only thing that was nailed in this waste of time and magic wax.
Oh, what now?
I was in hell.
That's
Hell.
just CGI cat talking right now. If you get past that and focus on how, I don't know, talk
When
to
they
me.
introduced the main character and you see him, my first
Young
thought
Doctor.
was like, whoa, someone in the character creator took those cheekbones and jaw slider all the way up.
Slid them way up. I just called him Young Doctor.
Mm.
My first note is, remember, don't be the last one to watch the shitty elevator movie.
I'll give a synopsis.
Oh,
I'll do that for you.
Oh, appreciate it.
yeah.
So there's this fucked up cat,
Yeah.
and we're like, why you look like that?
Did you
What's wrong with you, cat?
did you catch the cat's name?
Garfield.
No. It was Chairman Meow.
I don't know if I'd call Animal Control or the Ghostbusters if I saw that cat.
That cat was straight out of Ghost Stories.
I'm sorry, as soon as they show its face, like the second time you see the
It should have
cat,
been isn't there a cat, or like maybe it's a dog in Ghost Stories that just turns around and has the face of a dude and is like, what's up?
what's up? That happens in Yokai Watch.
Does it?
Yeah, he's a main yokai.
Mysterious events start happening at a hospital. People start dying mysteriously. Maybe there's a ghost. Maybe there's a haunted elevator.
But goes to the 18th floor, underground.
18th floor, 18 levels of hell. 18th floor, 18 levels of hell. It's gotta mean something. I'm Charlie Day.
I don't know. This movie was like 80 minutes long, and somehow I'm pretty sure I went through 20 levels of hell. So it outdid itself.
There's like 50 minutes of bad ghost, and then there's like half an hour of, ooh, it's a mystery, and then we put the pieces together to reveal there is no ghost. There is
Or elevator.
hypnotism, even though I guess hypnotism makes you see through and clear. I don't
Good
know.
hypnotism does.
Good hypnotism does, yeah.
Yeah. Look, I started the movie,
Good.
and then I
That's a
I
step in the right
handed
direction.
to this large cup here. I handed
Yeah?
this large cup of ice water to Kim, and it fell all over her in the bed, and it was bad. And then I came back, and some old lady was dying in the elevator, and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I'm not rewinding this.
So there's
That's when I seen the good ass bat,
yeah.
and then that's not a
I
real
don't think
cat.
the bat was good either, but
The bat was great.
Bat was
they couldn't get a real
fine.
cat.
Well,
no, the bat was fine. It was better than the cat. Like, the cat is an abomination.
If you zoomed in on the bat's face, it's probably Leslie Nielsen. They probably
I
just
did.
stole the bat
I did like that.
from Dead and Loving It. It's 2013. I could have done better, CGI cat in Microsoft Paint than they did. What's wrong with China?
Yeah, Ryan.
Chinese have a lot of hells.
Yeah, this movie takes me through all of them. I like the poster.
I'm starting to think you didn't like this weird Detective Conan story. Okay, what's wrong with you?
I liked that other movie better.
That is a horrible opinion if I have ever heard one.
Well, there will be no one to be able to defend it because no one's going to be able to find this shitty movie.
If ye be knowing where to be looking for this movie, perhaps ye can find it in a bay of some sorts.
Oh,
Yar.
there she goes to jail. Oh,
I've got no problem recommending ye to find this movie in other ways if they won't let me pay for it.
well, it's not on Amazon.
Yar.
It's not sold or distributed very much. I got it on a DVD that came in a 20-pack collection.
And that DVD was probably pirated and burned.
I mean,
Twice
100%.
Before it got onto that disc.
So I thought this would be fun. Were you not entertained?
Why did we...
I like the mystery, but it took like 80 minutes of ghost nonsense for a character to all of a sudden put on his detective hat.
Well, he's not a detective.
Well, that's not true.
But he's not a doctor.
That's not true at all.
He's a
Dale.
nepo baby, is what he is.
Yeah.
His nurse girlfriend knew all along. She was detecting and just not telling anyone. She's like, "Oh yeah, I figured it out."
Did she say that?
Yeah, she said that at the end.
Oh, well, I skipped the last 2 minutes of the movie, so.
Those are the most important. Most important.
But we can talk about when she found out. All right, this movie opens, rear window, a guy peeping through his... No. Eventually, we see he's peeping through a telescope.
He's a peep.
And I'm like...
Where's my lady? Oh, where's my lady?
Look, telescope couples... Nah, this is not cute. Stop stalking me at work. He's looking through a telescope. He gets his little cell phone out. He sends her a message. He watches her look at it. And I'm like, is he also peeping at, like, patients? Because he can see everything.
Well, yeah, and they're in the ladies' locker room later. They're all taking their tops off. And, like, the window's open. And they kind of look up at that building across the street. Is he looking at them all changed, too?
Yeah.
100%.
Young doctor's a perv.
We are introduced to Matron Ma, who is an older... You think she's, like, head nurse?
She's top nurse, sure.
She's head boy.
She's top, yeah. And she's all like, "Oh, you did a good job. Where's my purse? Oh, there's my purse. Where's my meds? Where's my... Oh, I got asthma. Ain't nobody got time for that." And then she goes into an elevator and dies.
And she's like, "Look, do I work at the hospital or am I a patient? I don't know. We're both here.
You're here.
You get hurt at work, we just throw you in a bed real quick for a little bit. You'll be fine."
So is there just the one elevator?
Well, the
Feels
building's
that
2
way.
stories high. Why
The
do they
building's
even
not
take
2
it?
stories high, but I understand why you would think that based on the establishing shot that we're presented with. Later on, they show a bigger building.
Uh-huh. And when they decide to have that guy jump out the window later on, it still looks like he's jumping from the first floor.
Yeah.
And then bad CGI jumping.
I laughed at that.
Oh my God.
That was funny.
Much like the last movie we watched, we can make a quick highlight reel, and that would be good. That would be funny. I just want to follow that cat.
I don't want anything to do with that cat.
Why do people keep riding in that elevator?
It's the only one.
It's the only one.
All those people walked in it together. Well, it's 2 stories. They should take the stairs. They got in there together, and I'm like, yeah, we ride together, we die together. It's kind of my thoughts. But then, like, that thing earlier made me think that whoever's in the elevator last dies. So I'm like, y'all gotta, like, jump off the elevator at the same time. Then I didn't know
Like
if
a
my
game of hot
subtitles were
potato?
accurate. Yeah, hot elevator.
Hot elevator. Ado.
And then that little teenage girl was like, "Do I have a chance, young doctor?" And he just sits there and he's not talking. And so I'm just like, "At what? Chance for what?
Chance with me? Maybe. Play your cards right."
Yeah, but you're dying though, so that's gonna make me real sad.
I want you to know.
So
I watched this with Zoe, and when the head nurse gets in the elevator, so Peepin' Tom, I think his name is Dr. Lin, looking through his telescope.
young doctor.
Young Dr.
He's not
Lin.
a doctor.
He is. What is he?
When do we see him do any doctoring?
Well, his surgery thing he wanted to do got canceled.
He couldn't
Was
do
that
it.
his only thing for the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's nepo baby. You don't let him touch anything, really.
He had
Yeah.
one patient and they took it away.
He's not.
Yeah, well, he slept with her.
Anyway, so Zoe sees the head nurse. She goes, "Oh, I know this actress. She's always acting in very weird movies. And I said, who is she? Zoe said, I don't know. I asked, what else has she been in? And Zoe said, movies.
Very helpful.
I mean,
We
those are probably correct.
Uh-huh.
we give answers like that all the time on the pod.
He would make a
Sometimes.
great addition to the pod.
What do you think of the movie?
It's good.
It sucked.
Why?
It wasn't
did.
white chicks.
It wasn't White Chick.
I recognized the old man with the scalpel in the beginning of the movie.
I feel like I recognize the bad guy.
And the drunk guy, I recognize him too, I think.
Oh yeah, that look in the
guy.
mirror, that's you, bud.
I'm in one.
So Dr. Lynn's looking through his I'm trying to keep us on track for something. Dr. Lynn's...
Why?
I don't know. What else do you want to talk about?
Did you plagiarize the code red?
The plagiarist looked like a chipmunk with his fat cheeks.
He did.
Aw.
He's a bad guy. He took his plagiarism out on Nepo baby and that poor teenage girl.
Can someone explain to me what the medical malfeasance that they were covering up was?
Oh,
They
the
stole a
entire
heart
thing, the
from a
plot
coma
hinged on.
patient.
Oh, that's what they did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Oolong...
And then that made his mom
Yeah.
so distraught.
So when...
That's a problem?
Well...
If they...
I mean, if
wanted
she had
to
raised a
live.
better kid who would, like, just go to the place and say, hey, people have locked up mommy. You need to go check
You gonna believe
that
this
out.
kid?
I mean,
Kid doesn't have a mom.
he walked in here off the street. He's homeless. Kick him back out.
He's not even a doctor.
Yeah.
Yet. This ain't no doctor, kid.
I bet he goes to college to become a doctor and a maintenance man.
They did that just to say that they did the world's... They were not the world's, but Asia's first heart transplant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Didn't they die anyway?
Do you not know how prestige works, Daniel?
The hospital wasn't that
So-
glamorous.
He actually had an
So it
identical
didn't. I
twin
wouldn't
brother.
say it brought them money.
Okay. So
And
he
I've never
wasn't
heard of these
teleporting.
people.
One of them, like, he would open the door and go in there, and then he would drop down, and then out to the other side
Yeah.
become his twin brother, but nobody knew. That was the prestige.
Okay, so
Jazz
Christian
hand.
Bale secretly has a twin brother. And that's why when Hugh Jackman asks him what kind of knot he tied, he can't say because he doesn't know because the other brother tied the knot. But the one, man.
How would he know? He wouldn't
How would he know? Yeah.
And then the Chinese thunder rolls as plagiarized doctors being accused of plagiarizing a big paper from, like, Germany. And he unplugs his phone because people be calling him. He's be getting emails and shit.
That's how the guy knew because he did medical stuff in Germany.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's a small world after all
Wow.
things. And I was just like, all right, so he goes on the elevator. So this is clearly a revenge thing. And then young doctor is about to get on the elevator. And I yell, don't get on there, young doctor. And then he pushes -2. And I'm like, that's fun. But that's hell. And then he gets off and it's dark. And I'm like, well, that's scary. You're in hell, young doctor. And then there's a Hellcat that chases him, and then an angry umbrella.
Yes, Kenny!
And I'm like,
An
we
angry
can-
umbrella opens for some reason.
Yeah.
Was that supposed
and
to
then
be
we're
a
getting
ghost?
Yokai. Maybe a yokai. Maybe they're stealing Japanese things. I don't know. And then he's out of there, and he talks to someone like, it's going to rain today. She probably needs an umbrella. And then he's talking to his lady, and he's like, yeah, I seen the ghost, but...
I seen the ghost, but I wasn't scared. The
It
ghost
was
was scared of me.
It's
It's scared of me. I've never
It's-
been scared.
I'm like, yeah, you can't risk that reputation, dog. Can't let them think you're scared of the ghost. And then he's off. They're having a little boxing session because clearly they couldn't decide if they were like off-duty doctors or off-duty cops because it's the same place the cops go in all the movies. We go to the gym. We're like training with each other and we're buddies. And I'm like, nobody ever lets me punch their hands.
Do you ask?
And then
I don't think these two guys are friends. It's weird.
yeah, I don't think they are. And then the elevator sends blackmail emails.
Because the other guy immediately tries to move in on his girl. That ain't friend behavior.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that ain't good.
prime friend behavior. Look, you liked it. Ain't no ring.
He loved it. Hey, everybody in this hospital
I
knows
mean,
that
for all we
elevator's
know, they've only been
haunted.
dating for 2 weeks.
She just got hired. They just met.
And
But he's like, I'm gonna get her her umbrella.
She just turned 18. These things take time.
did you see the
Peeping
fan
Tom.
in that elevator?
Yeah. It's hot in the elevator.
Okay.
I imagine China's a hot place
I've never seen a fan in an elevator.
without air conditioning.
Oh, we got AC.
You have
What are
air
you talking
conditioning?
about? Oh, yeah.
Shh.
They invented AC.
Maybe not in 2013. Let me think.
AC in 2013.
Let me think.
I mean, he wouldn't have been there yet, so he's got think about.
2013? I was there.
You brought AC with you.
Have you been there for 10 years?
More.
15.
China's in the heart.
That sounds right. 2013. Those are the days. Well, dude's peeping again, and the plagiarist dude is like, well, shit, man.
Dr. John.
Something about ghost toes. Yeah, there's some ghost toes. And then he's walking in the hallway all distraught. Did he ever even get in the elevator? I don't know. But then he bashes his elbow through a window.
He got in the elevator, he went down there, and then he came back up, and then
he pops some,
he bashes
hallucinogenics. And I'm like, this is not good for your I didn't plagiarize the German doctor defense. If you're tripping balls on the surgery ward.
It's fine. How many hearts is she supposed to have? I've taken out 3 already. It's fine.
She shouldn't have that many, probably.
But he freaks. He elbows the window, and he's like, he jumps up there like, I'm a cat man. And then he's out the window, and then he's just like, doing this great fall forever from the first floor. Hits the ground, and then we decide he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, I forgot. Young Doctor confronted him earlier because he canceled Young Doctor's surgery for the 16-year-old girl.
He did that because he thought Young Doctor stole the thing about him plagiarism.
Yeah, right, right. So, but the Chinese police show up. The Chinese police are the opposite of the Norwegian police. Because they're like, people watch this guy jump by himself, but China be like, we gotta arrest someone.
Hey, you.
Well, no,
we heard you talk to him,
questioning him.
That was a little bit like,
yeah.
We heard you talk to him. Now everyone saw him jump, but you talked to him. I need you to come with us.
Off to the gulag.
I need you to come with us.
Yeah, gotta arrest someone. We got a quota. Then we get more locker room scene, more ghosts. And then we get drunk employee man is trying to cleanse the hospital with his homeless fire pit.
Oh, I think we missed something.
Oh,
okay.
Well, we probably
did.
So
there's a record keeper named Mr. Who. And Mr. Who, after...
I thought he was asking me.
you insensitive prick.
Mr. Who's not a record keeper, he's a guard.
That's old Who?
No.
He's listed on my thing?
He's a record keeper. He's got with all those... He's in the thing with all the papers. Is he a receptionist?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about...
No, he's a guard. That's the mail.
Look,
he's collecting the mail. They give him the mail.
After the big head nurse dies, he freaks out and be like, oh my God. Oh, also on the wall, he's seeing... 你也有今天. You also have today.
That's what I thought.
It's also today. So Zoe told me it basically means... if you did something bad to someone before, that bad thing is going to return to you, today. It's a revenge kind of saying. I'm like, that's helpful. Thank you. So
That's not what my subtitles said.
What does your subtitle say?
Yeah.
I feel like it said you're next or something.
Today's your
last day.
Today's your last day.
Today's the day you're gonna throw it back to you.
By now, you should have realized that they probably CGI'd the fish too.
I was wondering
No,
about
I
that.
think it was a real fish in a big bowl of water.
The fish caused a fire.
He slit his wrists for you, for your entertainment.
The fish?
The fish did?
Mr. Who. And then that chubby-cheeked little football player came and peeked through the window and was like, oh no, he's bleeding out all over the floor. But I bet he just screamed.
Kids be peeping at all these people cutting their wrists in this movie. Like, let someone cut their wrists in privacy.
That's what I'm saying. And then Dr. Lynn's all like, Dad, something's really weird going on at work. And Dad, who's like the head dean of medicine or whatever.
He's the dean.
Yeah, he's all like, nah, focus on your work. Mind your own business.
Yeah.
Grumble,
Replace
grumble,
this
grumble.
dean
And I said,
with
you
the
guilty
dean
as
from
shit.
Community. And then we've got a movie.
Got a movie. I need the chief from Chaws.
Sure.
Or the village chief or whatever. He would have made this a better movie. Well, anyway, Dad's meddling with young doctor's relationship with what's her name? Bai Ji?
Yeah, Bai Ji.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently he talked to her at some point. It's like, look, you're trash. You don't get to be with young doctor. He's young doctor. He's going to go on to have 13 years on Genital Hospital China. And look, so then young doctor has this conversation and he's like, look, are you is it because of my dad? because I told you that our relationship has nothing to do with him. And then Bai G responds like, well, he's my dad too.
Wait, what?
Is what was happening in my head. It turns out they're siblings, but not really.
They look alike.
At this point, though, did she go on her date with her friend and get that shitty bracelet?
Well, she goes out with the sparring doctor, who young Dr. Lin is sparring with. I think his name is Ouyang. And
Oolong.
So then I'm like, oh no, she's cheating. But they're not really dating because they just broke up because she said she can't be with him now. And so now she's with this guy, but she's not really. He's just giving her some letters and a bracelet with some Buddha beads on it.
So on all my first dates, I give them letters from my mom.
I mean, it's what you do. And a bracelet that your mom had.
Your mama?
That was very important to you.
Mama wrote you?
Yeah.
Why did he give her the bracelet?
Why did he give her letters from his mother?
Well, my mom thought you were cute and told me, like, you need to get you a cute one. Say, she knows this, Mom. Mom knows.
Mom knows. There's going to be a nurse. She did.
These are like his like references for like a job interview, but it's for like a girlfriend interview. He's like, here's all these letters from people saying that I'm a good guy, and I got that big dick energy that all the ladies want.
Yeah, but
so
they were written when he was 11.
Big.
Well,
he was swinging back then. And if you ever cut your wrist, I'll watch.
I'm a doctor, by the way.
And I'll sneak in there and steal the bit of scalpel as a little souvenir.
Can you explain to me?
No, I probably can't.
Mr. Old Man Who, after he doesn't die from, trying to split his wrist open, he goes back to the hospital.
I think that was a dream.
No, because, Daniel,
okay.
I'm surprised you don't. Here's what happened. Because right before that happened was the CGI cat. So you got distracted and you focused on the cat and not the 15 minutes after the cat.
No, I'm going to be honest. For the whole hour and a half, I was thinking about that fucking cat.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
But I want to know why you let suicidal record keeper, who's obviously drunk and now just kind of being weird, he's still just walking around the hospital grounds. What's he doing?
Well, he lives there.
Yeah, he owns it.
Oh, okay.
He's the
owner. He owns
owner.
an apartment above.
The whole hospital. He's a little eccentric billionaire. But he would never give someone his mother's anal beads that he converted into prayer beads.
Never.
And made a bracelet. And then also, like, lost beads in a place that would, be not good to lose beads, because then you're going to be accused of tampering with the elevator.
A good twist would have been that the girlfriend did it.
The whole time.
After she got the beads.
You guys remember when young doctor tried to crush that lady in those moving bookshelves just to get information out of her? I've always wanted to do that.
I've always wanted to do that too.
At the Capitol, in the record room, they have those kind of shelves, and that you have to do I think that theirs were electric, so you hit a switch. But if you happen to be in between them, it would absolutely just crush you.
That's the only kind of cranking you're allowed to do in libraries these days.
Which is a shame.
What kind of free world is this?
In the library in college all the freaking time. That homeless guy would be in there, he'd just be cranking it.
Got to.
Form.
Did you give him some prayer beads? I thought they were to protect her from the ghost. I thought he knew about the ghost and they were protection so she didn't die in the elevator.
Well, he knew a lot about the ghost. So, And then we see that nice fucking fish in that random ass bowl. And then we get young doctor, he's looking at a picture book. And I was like, it's a picture book, Daddy. And we get a kick-ass hell cartoon. And that's when I realized...
That's the only quality piece of this entire movie is that...
That's where the budget went.
15-second hell cartoon.
We can't afford a real cat. We're going to have to draw one.
Obviously, we can't afford a real cat. Also, so they never show the cat again, but every time someone goes into Mr. Who's room, you hear meowing, but they never have the balls to show the cat again.
Blew their budget. If they just showed it from behind, maybe it wouldn't look like we were in Shenmue.
What?
The first one.
The first one?
Yeah. It was so bad. And then something happened to, I think I was calling him Homeless Joe at that time. Maybe that's when he tried to cut himself.
No, we're past that.
Well, my notes are all over the place because this movie sucked. Then I'm yelling at young doctor again. I'm like, just take the stairs. and we get like a dream. I guess we really didn't describe the Hell cartoon.
This little demon, big demons, you know, poking people with sticks, and they're in like hot water, which that sounds nice for me right about now.
Goddamn. This little demon of mine, he turned on the hot water for Dale, so Dale could take a bath shower. And then instead, Dale takes ice cold showers.
You know what I do?
What do you do?
I turn the water on, right?
Yeah.
And then I run through it and get wet. All right?
Yeah.
And then I run through it again and get wet.
Yeah.
And then I turn it off. And then I lather up. I lather. Then I turn it back on. And then I run through it again. And that's it.
It's exhilarating.
It's a 1 minute shower.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
It's hell.
It's hell. I'm in hell. I'm in hell. I am in hell. Dan, what'd you think of when the fish set the hospital on fire?
Now, first of all, obviously this fish should have been brought in for questioning.
They should have arrested that fish.
Because he's a pyro fish.
Yeah, but the fish...
This is some case closed bullshit.
It is. It really is. The fish was tired of living in this weird-ass haunted hospital with coma ghosts and aggressive shining elevators.
Did the doctor say that once the match would be lit that the fishbowl would break?
I don't understand what they're trying to imply there. And the hospital...
The fish died from the fire, right?
The fish was in water.
That's what
it
I was
survives.
wondering. Yeah,
right,
but it kept getting in the
bowl
light.
Would heat up.
Would the bowl heat up
from
much?
Fire?
Maybe. It'd be boiling.
Yeah. So there's like a cook. Somebody had a nice seafood dinner.
Ah, it ruins it. Because they, cooked that fish. That was sad. But why did we have a shining elevator? Hey, look, he goes up to we got the elevator explodes at one point full of blood for some reason.
I don't even think that was the elevator. I think that was just...
A door?
A door.
I don't know.
Y'all ever seen The Shining?
Did they have? Not, probably. I'm listening to The Shining for like the 20th time.
That's what it is. They heard about it.
Yeah. And then, is that when young doctor gets put in the hospital bed and he wakes up next to the coma girl? And I'm like, it's coma ghost.
Yeah, because he's having a fever. But, okay, so if there's no ghosties and there's nothing supernatural happening, how did other doctor guy make him sick?
Sneezed in his face.
He's losing his mind.
That'll do it.
He's getting all paranoid. Well, then he has a conversation with his lady by G, and she's like, "Look, our daddy said you were gonna marry someone better than me."
No.
You shouldn't marry your sister. That gives his family nothing.
That gives, except a royal baby, because that's what we do. And I'm like, kiss her really good, young doctor. And then I think that's when he goes to the elevator.
But also,
room.
ghost. There's a ghost that like attacks her in the shower.
Yeah, what was that shadow?
And then she snaps off the shower curtain in a weird way, and then wraps it around herself. And that was weird.
Then the coma ghost gets away again. I think he really hypnotized her so good that she actually was a ghost.
She actually thought she was a ghost,
so she could go through walls because she believed.
If you believe it enough, you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. But young doctor goes up and he's like searching in that the pulley room for the elevators, and he's looking all around. And I was like, the elevator's been unplugged the whole time. Ah!
What a twist!
But instead, he finds one of the anal beads like in an exposed circuit board.
Right, because doctors, you're a doctor, you would know how to do this.
Well, the other one does. But obviously, we find out that the bracelet was pulled apart up there earlier. That bead was so obvious and right there, like in the center of the thing. How did that guy not find it?
He missed it.
He can't be a very good doctor. But whatever. Now he's got an anal bead he found in the maintenance room of the elevator. It's like, I've got a clue. And then they're back to boxing, and then young doctor gets punched right square in the head.
He gets hit in the head a lot.
Yeah. And then he lays down for a second, and then it's like, want to hear a story? And he's wearing a shirt, a nice V-neck, and it just says, artist.
Was there a T?
Oh, do you think it just said artist?
I think it just said artist.
Oh, I assumed there was a T.
I assume there was a T as well, but I don't know that we ever see the T. So it could be one of those like English shirts that they that they don't do good on.
We should start making our own versions of those. I'm gonna get a shirt and it's gonna say hamburger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people will be like, what? I'm like, what? It's my hamburger shirt.
Isn't there one that's like, don't eat my ass, spirit ghost?
Don't eat my ass, ghosts. Please don't eat my ass, spirits. Yeah. I'd let this one eat my ass because it's a coma ghost, and that's fine. But his buddy then starts to tell him a story in his artist shirt, and then he's like, wait a minute. Hold up. Who gave you the bracelet? Sometimes girlfriend. Who gave you these anal beads? It's like, oh, your best friend when I'm dating him sometimes. He gave me this bracelet. It's like, well, it's got the same anal beads I found up here in the mechanics room, whatever. Oh, he did it. I'm going to go talk to him. And then his buddy basically says, yeah, I've been murdering people and blaming the elevator, but she's my girlfriend. And then I said heavy breathing intensifies for some reason.
Would the girlfriend have figured it out from the letters that he gave her from his mom during that date?
Probably. She knew all along. She didn't tell anyone. And it didn't matter. Everyone knew the elevator was killing people anyway. They kept using it because I'm not about to walk.
I don't think the elevator actually ever killed anyone.
No, but they keep blaming the elevator.
Asthma lady, first of all, they don't know how asthma works, which is fine. But asthma lady just...
Oh, what? Did they say it was something in her feet, Daniel? What did they do to offend you?
That's not... I feel like that's not how... That ain't asthma.
I don't think that's how hypnosis works.
That's not how hypnosis works. That ain't my asthma. I don't have asthma. But if I did...
Oh, I've been telling everyone.
No, I can outrun anyone.
Campaigns. Like GoFundMe.
I don't have it.
Oh,
I never had it.
Hush.
I'm not scared of ghosts. They're scared of me.
Scared of me. Oh, wait, he didn't confront his buddy yet, but now he realizes it's his buddy. But he goes and talks to his daddy. Daddy's out there fishing. Daddy did a cover-up. Daddy's all like, look, don't ask me that bullshit. You're dumb. Go, and then he gets
He
up and
also
leaves.
lives with his daddy.
Yeah, well, so you gotta live with Daddy.
Well,
but Daddy just
they
left
live
his
right
fishing pole
across
down
from the
there.
hospital. It's the only place to live.
Very convenient.
Daniel.
I
You
go
don't wanna
two
drive
places.
fast.
How are you going
I
to
go to
keep on
work.
patients and other nurses if you live further away?
I go to work, and then I go back home to daddy.
Go back home to Daddy.
Daddy gets to go 3 places. Daddy goes fishing sometime.
I say, Daddy, I want to marry my sister.
That's not.
And Daddy says,
That's not.
Daddy says, you cannot marry your sister. She's not good enough for you.
You're not allowed to do that. I did that to your mother, and everyone got big mad.
Big man. Now, if your mother was still alive, you could marry your mother. And I said, Daddy, I would not have wanted to marry mother. I wanted to marry sister or coma ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, they do a flashback scene of them doing that surgery. That might be a real body they're cutting into. Like when they're peeling back the fat layers and stuff getting in there. That looked good.
That's a pig.
You think they just threw a pig up there?
Yeah.
Because they had the body covered mostly except for the spot they were cutting, so it could have been.
I'm like,
Does that look real?
I've seen Mythbusters. This looks like a pig.
Pig.
You're a pig, coma body. Coma kung fu friend body.
You're a pig.
Look, the biggest issue in this movie is, should doctors be boxing? You know,
Why not?
doing things that like gets them hit and kicked in the head.
Okay, so they should be wearing
cops be doing
protective
that?
headgear.
Oh yeah, cops should have concussions. That's okay. But doctors,
They should be wearing their helmets, the rubber helmets that you would see like in a boxing match, perhaps.
no, they can only play badminton, table tennis,
Maybe pickleball.
maybe pickleball, maybe some squash, a whole lot of the dice game. If you ever come here, I'll teach you.
Yahtzee?
The dice
No,
game.
not Yahtzee.
Oh, are we gambling in back alleys?
If you wish.
Kind of.
I must.
If I must, as you wish.
Look, he's just the son of a doctor, nurse, whatever, just trying to get revenge by hypnotizing coma patients and possessing elevators.
I thought that would,
And then-
yeah, but when he said like the coma patient left, he told that to the nurse lady. I'm like, did the hospital just kill her and take her heart to do a heart transplant on the girl from before? But that's not what happened.
I said, that's how we got in this situation.
And this is where I spilled beer over my notes, so it gets a little murky.
Ah, you spilled beer over your notes. I spilled water over Kim.
I've been eating goldfish this whole time.
My next thing is big reveal time. And then wait, what?
Yeah, we get flashback and mommy can't deal with the grief of stealing that coma patient's heart.
I thought
and she's all
they
imprisoned.
trapped mommy.
And she's like, be a good boy and revenge my suicide. Someday it will be your turn.
Okay, but consider this. She sent her baby boy, little boy, baby boy, tiny boy, to go get a razor blade.
Little scalpel.
From where? The hospital, I guess?
Yeah, he's a little rat.
I like to think
she often forgets things
he
in
had
her
to
pockets.
go to leave the hospital, go to a 24-hour store, negotiate with the shopkeeper to get this thing. I'd like to think mommy just gave up because she looked at her boy and said, no, he cannot just go to the police and say, come get me. I don't wish that for him. I wish him to have the spirit of revenge in his soul, so he becomes a doctor.
And a
He'll
mechanical
be a
engineer.
dentist.
Yeah, well, he needed a dentist because then he screams and all of a sudden he doesn't have his 2 front teeth. And I'm like, oh, man.
Well, no, you don't
That's
need a dentist
embarrassing.
because kids lose their baby teeth. So that's normal.
Where do they go?
I don't know.
That's weird. Well, guess what, though?
I've got
works out. Brain cancer.
Brain cancer. Suck it.
Yeah, so I don't even care if I go to jail or whatever. I'm going to die. And then,
Why don't they do a brain transplant on him?
yeah, I was like, let's save his life and then send him to jail. Got your ass. People keep getting on that elevator.
But at the end, the pop doesn't get on the elevator.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the daughter,
his daughter
his daughter keeps him from getting on it.
saved his judgment. Oh, yeah, because best friend, murderer, revenge boy pulls up a TV. Like, yeah, I've got hooked up a camera. And guess what? Last witness is about to go on there. Our pop, because he's my dad too.
He's my dad too. Yeah.
Nope.
Young doctor's like, no, daddy, no. And he goes off running. And he's like, oh, and he opens the elevator. He's like, daddy's not here. Oh, no. And then he turns around and sister, girlfriend, is over there with daddy. She's like, I saved his ass. And we get a little cutscene of me, like, her, like, The Rock, like, opening the elevator. She's like,
They actually do like a They Live style fight scene where he keeps trying to go on the elevator and she has to keep like pushing him back.
So then this right hook, left jab. You know?
Slams right into the car window.
And she's like, I'm getting you out of here, daddy, father-in-law, daddy.
Why? Because what was going to happen if he got on that elevator?
Elevator was going to drop to the 18th floor.
It was going to drop
negative
one
18th
floor, maybe 3. Because there's
His
only...
knees can't take that.
That would have startled the CG cat, and the cat would have gone on a rampage. Why was there a bat?
I don't know why there was a bat. What did the bat symbolize, Ryan?
COVID.
Once I saw that bat, all I said is, oh, I'm sorry, buddy. You don't know it, but you're about to get a bad rap.
Yeah.
You get about have some
2013
accusations leveled at you that
China.
you don't deserve.
Yeah.
Because it was grown in a lab.
It's grown in a goddamn lab in Canada.
So do you.
You're in one.
Yeah. My final comment on this movie was it was a waste of time and magic wax. It would have been better as a Conan episode.
This would have been a good Conan episode.
But a bad movie.
I like this more than the last movie we watched. I like this more than Witch from Nepal.
So to be clear, I have to make a supercut of all the good scenes from either one of these movies to get any enjoyment. And I still like the Witch from Nepal supercut better. At least it was 2 chicks and 1 dude in Witch from Nepal. And this, it was 2 dudes and 1 chick. That's not a good ratio.
This one also had, I guess, more like uncomfortable talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this coloring your opinion?
At one point, Brother Doctor's like, why didn't you answer the phone when I called you last night? And then Sister Nurse was like, I turned my phone off. That doesn't answer the question, Sister Nurse.
That answer the
Why
question.
did you not answer?
Because I just want to sleep. No, the conversations didn't make me uncomfortable in this. The conversations, at one point I asked, are my subtitles bad? Because
Yeah, they probably were. Because it's translated but not localized.
Yeah, it's so for me the dialogue sucked. It was just not good. And it was like it wanted to play up and be like some sort of actual good, I don't know, drama or something while all this is going on. I'm like, no, this sucks. Bring back the cat.
The whole time I was thinking of something else I watched involving an elevator going down. Anyone know what I'm talking about?
The devil?
No.
The elevator?
It's like an elevator goes down.
Okay.
And then people get out. and they're like
They
trapped.
never get back on.
Resident
and
Evil.
I feel like it's a darkness. No. And
P2.
I feel like there's ghosties and they're like trapped down there.
13 Ghosts.
And-
Might have
Annabelle.
been, no, this might have
Annabelle.
been Magnus, actually, now that I think about it.
That's not a movie
good,
at all.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I know.
I think that happens in the first Annabelle movie. They're in an apartment building.
Maybe.
Elevator
I
shenanigans.
don't think I've seen that.
Better than this.
Doubt that.
So summarize the mystery for us, Ryan. What happened? Explain it to the audience. What actually happened here?
Yeah, explain it to the audience and not me, because I 100% know what happened.
It's pretty, I mean, so you got this peeping Tom, and he just likes to look at people from his telescope.
I don't think that's important at all.
Then why did the movie show it so many times?
Like
You
3
gotta fill
times?
time.
They didn't need to. Well, they needed to do
Everything
something
comes
with their
in
time.
threes.
It's only 80 minutes.
It's a simple story. Look, Oolong is a kid. His mommy's working at the hospital. The doctors,
How long it's a pig?
they want.
Oolong is a pig. He ruined Emperor Pilaf's wish.
He did.
You know, you want to be the first to do a heart transplant. You got this coma kid. Who cares if he's somewhat famous and is a fighter? No one's going to care about him. We're going to take his heart. I think they took his heart and put it in Mr. Who, because Mr. Who
That's my
kept
understanding.
saying like, "I'll give the heart back. I'll give the heart back."
But, like, why would... Who
He's
cares?
got the heart of a fighter.
Why are you just giving it to the guard? Who gives a fuck?
That explains
Take my
why
heart.
best friend brother doctor.
Wouldn't you want to do, like, the first transplant on, like, a higher profile person? If anything, they should have taken Mr. Who's heart and given it to the coma kid. Because he was, like, a famous fighter or whatever.
That explains the randomness of why a young doctor was staring at the picture of the fighter in brother doctor locker. It's like, oh yeah, he's my hero.
See, a lot of things are coming together now.
Yeah, that all makes sense. Old Who, he's the best one. He didn't try to sleep with Sister Doctor.
That they showed.
Maybe the cat.
They tried to sleep with the cat, and that's why the cat looks like that?
Well, the cat, he succeeded in sleeping with the cat. That's why the cat's always meowing, and they're like, hey, come back to bed. If he could catch the bat, he'd sleep with the bat, too. This is Old Who. I'm Old Who!
I'll do anything now.
Old Who plays love games?
I got no
you ever
regrets.
drink rice wine out of a sandal?
Drink white wine out of a sandal?
I'm Old Who!
You ever drink Cobra wine on top of a mountain?
No.
Is that one of those
Me neither.
real sex episodes from that HBO show?
I think I've
Real
seen
Sex?
that one. I've
With
seen
the
that
old-
one for
The
sure.
old people masturbating on a mountain.
Mountain top. Wahuni
Everyone's seen
ichi
that one.
Okay, recommendations. I would
So,
recommend...
real sex. Just watch all
I
of
have
them.
a legit recommendation that actually kind of fits, I feel, for once. Are you ready?
On this of all movies, yes.
Talk to me.
Deadly Premonition.
Jesus Christ.
No.
I think
Yes.
I think it works.
Okay,
It's a
explain.
mystery.
Yes.
It's a mystery.
That's
It's supernatural-ish, and there's bad guys.
This is fair.
Except this one turned out to only have bad guys, no supernatural, and no ghosts.
True, but
we don't know that.
Premonition has all those things, actually, as it turns out. So it's like a good version of this. Do you like fun?
Agreed. I like fun.
Do you like
Do you like fun?
Do you like Twin Peaks?
I like Tim.
Yeah,
Twin
Twin Peaks?
How
I like
much do you
Tim
like Twin Peaks?
I love Tim.
You like Twin Peaks? If the answer to all these and more is yes, then Deadly Premonition
Yes. So the only more like this on the IMDb page,
was
This
oddly
is-
enough Deadly Premonition.
Deadly Premonition, it's Elevator Game, which came out, I guess, this year. And there's a quote it's showing for this movie, and it says, "You don't call 911 on a ghost."
You wouldn't download a car, would you?
Yeah, apparently.
So
according
I
to
guess
this,
you wouldn't
can-
call 911 on a ghost. Like, oh, this ghost is
This is not true.
stalking me.
That's not true.
If it was
You-
an
you
elevator,
would.
if it was a coma ghost,
Someone
you
filed
You
a
would?
court case to sue the devil. Okay, you'll have.
Did they win? Did it go to court?
It got dismissed on procedural issue. They couldn't get service upon the devil.
He's not in their jurisdiction.
They
Yeah,
didn't
well,
know how to
couldn't
give
get
him the
anyone to give him
papers.
papers.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't the type of thing you
Aw,
could get
yeah.
a default judgment on. So if you're suing them for money, you gotta let them know.
Okay, here's the letter you got to give to the devil. Now I need you to kill yourself. Give
Okay.
him this letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we'll wait.
No.
He didn't respond.
I'm just going to put it in this elevator that goes down to the 18th hell, and it'll give the devil there.
18th floor.
Turns out,
Negative, though.
18 hell.
that's what the opening umbrella was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a devil.
What?
It was a yokai.
A devil yokai.
Chinese yokai.
The devil is in you. It's the devil
Wait,
you know. You know?
You know?
Whose fault was this movie? Who said watch this?
Ryan.
Which one of you?
I don't know why.
I don't know why. You don't like
I
my
feel like he
elevator
suggested
movie.
it because he's like, I'll pick a movie that it'll be impossible for everyone to watch. Therefore, we won't have to do it. But little did you know that Daniel's Google Foo is unmatched, unrivaled, undefeated.
We had such a good time with the seventh curse that I'm like, okay, let's find. And as I was finding, this came up as a movie.
That is true. It was a movie.
And I'm like, you know what? I don't see anyone discussing this movie. Here we go.
For reason.
It's just because it doesn't.
I don't
It
think it
doesn't.
was ever burned onto an actual CD.
CD? Oh, gee, you mean it was on a cassette tape?
2013 is on a CD?
Oh, shit. I knew I recognized
You recognize
Dr.
no
Zhang
one.
Tiankai. I was like, oh, yeah, Chubby Cheeks guy. He was in School of Rock. He was a little Asian kid's dad.
If you say so, man.
I do.
School of Rock, now that's a movie.
What are we watching next?
He's also in Oz.
Oh, was he?
One episode.
Was he also
He's been in some
someone's Asian dad?
Probably. What's Young Doctor been in? What's Old Who been in?
Once you get typecast as a young Asian dad,
Oh, Old Who is also in The Spirit of a Policeman.
great.
Raiders of the Yongkong Caves.
Great.
Oh, man. Sounds like shit.
Great.
That's great.
Young Doctor in 2019, he was in Fool in Love. Love Like a Fool.
Good
And
stuff.
he was in The X-Man.
Not to be confused
Ooh.
with X-Men, but the X-Man.
In 2017, he was in a movie called Hanky Panky. Happy Michelin Kitchen. Ooh, Night Market Hero? Damn. He's got to be like a top Asian actor. His first thing he was ever in was called Spicy Teacher. What do you think that is?
Ooh.
Like I said, my wife said, these people, they're in movies.
Porno movies. That's why she didn't want to say. Do they
That's
make
why she
Chinese
didn't wanna
pornos?
say.
They do not.
That's Hanky Panky.
Ooh.
Hanky-
What are we watching next?
Next, we're going to watch, what is
This is Lift to Hell.
next?
It's your fault.
Next, we're going to watch 2019's Sweetheart, directed by J.D. Dillard.
What's that about?
Oh, you're going to have to find out. It's, I believe it's like a sci-fi horror. It's about a woman who washes up on a deserted island after, you'll love this, after an incident.
Oh.
And then
Is that
incident.
Is that his wife? His wife didn't die. She fell off the plane and then she got washed ashore to a different island.
and maybe the wife turns into a monster and hunts him down. I don't know. It's a blind pick. Here we go. We're doing it.
What could go wrong?
Nothing.
What was it called? I already forgot.
Sweetheart, my love.
Sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
Sweetheart, my love.
2019. Now, there's a whole bunch of Sweetheart movies. Don't watch the wrong one.
I'm gonna.
That's fine.
Guys,
Don't.
catch the big game last night?
Go through the what's today?
Which game? What are we talking about?
The big one.
The big one?
Sports
The
ball?
big game. Yeah, the big one.
Big sports ball
The
game?
big B-ball?
Last night. The big game.
No, I don't watch.
The big.
A lot of plays were made. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you that
I didn't agree with all the calls that were made on the field, and I don't think that's a controversial opinion for me to have.
look, don't even bring up refs right now. Everyone's talking about refs. They're so hot right now to talk about refs. We ain't talking about refs right now. Refs in football, refs in basketball. They all be bad. Don't even worry about it. And
Now that's a job that could be replaced by an AI.
No,
That's
they,
true.
They did that with baseball. I think in a minor league, with the pitching to see is it in the strike zone. And turns out sometimes you want a ref who's like, you know what, they're leading by 100 points. Let's just go ahead and say that was a strike and get this the fuck over, okay?
But no, you don't want that. I would think that's the opposite of what you
You're
want.
so
'cause
You
do
ruined
not.
my
You do
stat
not want
padding.
100% accuracy. Number one,
I think you do.
You want consistency when it matters.
This isn't a little league game.
This is
I don't
true.
want you
If they
fucking-
put up if they put up 100 points, then there's no reason that we can't potentially also put up 100 points. So it needs to be called fair. There's betting on the line here.
Kenny's got money on the line.
More importantly,
okay. Doesn't matter. I'm not watching any of it.
I'm not watching any of it either. Baseball is the most boring thing ever invented.
As was pointed out to
Did you
me
watch
by
this movie?
our potential number one fan,
Okay.
in the world of hockey, the biggest prospect that has been around like forever, he got drafted this year. There's a whole scandal involving that, but he's on his team and he's playing his ass off. And I guess a disgruntled veteran on the team, like an all-time hockey player.
Which World War was he a veteran of?
All of them. I like to think. And apparently they went out, there was like some like mom's trip or something like that, where the moms came to the team and he banged his mom, and then he just got fired from the team for violating like team conduct.
Violating bro
You
code?
violated the hockey bro code. You were not allowed to slap my mother.
Because he's going to be the face of the franchise for decades to come.
What's the problem?
Well, so they've been posting all these memes of like
does it explicitly
the kid
say in
veteran.
my contract that I am not allowed to bang your mom, Ryan?
Yeah. We had to write it in.
I wouldn't have signed that. I wouldn't have signed that.
Oh, okay.
Just don't be banging your teammates' moms.
I guess that's a problem, but not all the homophobia they let happen in NHL. That's cool. But bang someone's mom.
They ain't proud in the NHL.
Should have banged his dad.
That's a power move.
That's
right
a
there.
huge power move. I would have said yeah.
It's like, hey kid, you may score 2 goals a game, but I scored with 2 of your parents last night. Is he doing her makeup now?
Swoosh! 3 points. She's got a bug.
Got a bug? Remember that time that Ryan had a bug in an episode?
Yeah, I do. It was
The
funny.
shadow bug.
He went, ah!
Good times. Well,
I think Ryan was haunted by a ghost.
Is there
I may or may not have been haunted by a couple
I'm
ghosts
not
this
letting
episode.
us end.
Why?
I refuse.
Well, if you just let the right ones in.
Because after about 20 minutes, we had covered everything in the movie. And we got Kenny for another 20 minutes, so why waste it? You guys do anything interesting
As
lately?
always, Kenny's been your...
good CGI bat host, Kenny.
I'm your dad.
I've been your dad's scary opening umbrella, Brian.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. People had to know.
They didn't need to know.
They had to know about
Nobody
that cat,
needs to
Kenny.
know.
They had to know about that cat. That cat did ice skating on a hardwood floor, it looked like. It didn't. It wasn't in our reality. It deserved better.